Monday 2024, and we are in BBA second semester section B compulsory English class, and we have lessons today. So let's invite the first presenter who is going to introduce us the ASC. And please understand that we all are being recorded on camera, and this recording is published through YouTube and Facebook page. Is it okay? Is it okay? On camera you should give your consent. Okay. Okay. So you take one clip. Okay. One by one you will present or together? Today. Okay. So you will be speaking, right? Yeah, mostly. So you can use one clip. Okay. I'll help with the camera.
So we also wanted to work as a test.
Yep.
We wanted to show the
Maybe they can follow in the textbook, you can just go on your own way. Go.
Good morning everyone. I am Yashashvi Rupani. Today I will be explaining you a research paper, a model of intercultural communication competence. I'll also be explaining this with my another friend Ayush Subedi. He will be starting later on after my part is finished. But today mostly it will be me covering the topic because it's a vast topic today. We'll mostly focus on the introduction part today. And there's a figure in this research paper which I found really interesting. I would like to explain it further on. So, let's start by reading the title of the research paper. A model of intercultural communication competence. When we read a research paper, we see the title first. And after seeing the title, we see main three words. Intercultural, communication and competence. What do they mean? Intercultural means any relationship between two different people from two different cultures or two different backgrounds. Just trying to generalize it. Communication means one person tries to convey their message with the help of communicating with someone else and transfers their message to someone else. Okay. So I will be summarizing it paragraph wise. From here to here, this is paragraph 1, this is paragraph 2, paragraph 3 and paragraph 4. I'll be moving like this, so you need to focus on the paragraph first. So when we try to summarize the first paragraph, what we really get from this paragraph is we are getting more interconnected due to advancing in travel, communication, relationships, trade, etc. People are coming into contact with each other, and this has led to increased interaction between cultures because it is easier to interact these days. We don't have difficulties of actually going out and meeting people. We don't have to organize meetings for physical setting. Now today we can have these meetings even in a personal setting. Even if you are wearing a shirt and the shorts down there, you can still take a meeting from your house while someone is in their office sitting in a proper suit, but it's still a proper meeting. So you can do that from your home today. So to communicate now, it's gotten much easier than earlier. Now we move to the second paragraph. This paragraph is mostly about interactional competence. What do you mean by competence? Competence basically means the skill or the ability of how, I'll try to use a Nepali word here, layak. How capable you are to be able to communicate with someone, or how knowledgeable you are about a topic that you can communicate with someone on the topic. So interactional competence is basically what we have focused here. Interactional competence has connections with intercultural context. Because if you don't know what you're speaking about, if you don't know what you're speaking about someone else's culture, you should not open your mouth. Because you'll end up saying things which you think are right, but technically they won't think that's right, and they might get offended by the stuff you have said. So that's why it is an ability of skilled behavior. You need to be skilled, you need to be aware about the things that actually happens in someone else's culture before putting your words on it or giving your opinion on it. But it's not only the skills, but perception of them. It's not only your ability or the skills you have or the behavior you portray. It's also the perception of yours and perception of the people with you. You need to realize what you are understanding about their culture, and you need to understand what they themselves think about their culture. Perception basically means perspective. What do you see about their culture? What do they themselves see about their own culture? For example, you would think that I will take help of the chapter we studied in last semester. The first chapter we studied, everyone remembers that American and Japanese example. So what we can learn from there is American people think that Japanese people don't talk much. They are very limited in communication. But what they try to portray is they are respecting the person in front of them. So they try to speak less and let the another person speak more. But the American thinks they are not interested to talk with them. The same way, the Arab and American example, which I'll take again, the Arab thinks that the American is not interested or bored to have a conversation with him. Hence, he is not trying to speak properly or he is maintaining a distance while speaking. So, these are different perspectives. Even a smile has different meanings in different cultures. Just a smirk will look welcoming in some culture, just a smirk will look scary or making you feel like they have something suspicious going on in some cultures.
As you say this, I remember that slogan at the back of the microbus is "Has mat pagli pyar." Do you think girls, if you smile at somebody, do you fall in love with them?
No.
No. But in some parts of Indian culture, they wrongly think that if a girl smiles in public to somebody, she's in love. That's a wrong thing, right? So this is called, if you're a girl and you're traveling in India and if you look at people's faces and if you smile, they may take it another way. Right? Here in Nepal it's fine, you can smile. But over in India, it's not a good thing to smile at strangers. If you smile at strangers, being a girl, people might misunderstand. Right? Yes.
So we were talking about skills, perception and behavior. Behavior can be competent for some people, it might not be competent for another situation. For example, if there is a musician interacting with fan in a very welcoming way that thank you for coming, hope you enjoy the show today. You can't do the same interaction or the same type of communication at a funeral. You can't just be like, thank you for coming, I'm so excited that you come to my funeral. You cannot be doing that. There's a difference between how you behave in different settings. It is viewed as a social evaluation of behavior. Skill behaviors has two criteria. Mainly, the skill behavior is broken down into two criteria. First would be appropriateness. Second would be effectiveness. This is what mainly skill behaviors is broken down into. Now we will be studying what is appropriateness in the third paragraph. As you can see, it starts with appropriateness here. Appropriateness is a behavior aligning with expectations and norms of a specific situation. We expect people to behave how the society's norms, the society's values, society's beliefs ask us to behave like. Anyone who behaves other than the usual norms and beliefs is called a rebel.
I'll give an example. In previous class, I said take a mobile phone, check a word meaning. They did. After that, one girl began to look photo from the gallery. I saw and I see the mobile phone. Because she, watching videos from the photo gallery was inappropriate behavior in the teacher's class. That is not appropriate. What is appropriate? According to the rule is appropriate. If you breach the rule, it is inappropriate. Yes, go on. Sorry, I won't interrupt. Right? It's not appropriate to interrupt like this, right?
Due to appropriateness, this also avoids major breaching of existing rules, but there can be exceptions. These norms end up becoming rules of the society, but these can be avoided because there are some exceptions. Violating these norms will create newer ones. Example, colleague and friendship. Not everyone inside your classroom right now, or not everyone you greet when you are in the corridor is your friend. They are people you know, they are people you talk with on a daily basis because you want something out of them, they want something out of you. How will I explain like this? You want notes from a senior, or you try to get close with a senior just because they might help you in maths or something. They try to get close because what if they are standing for a student council post later and they want vote from you? Or what if they are looking for someone to edit their video and you have interest in them, so they'll approach you to do their work. But you can get notes. It's like a barter system. You are trying to get something out of them, they give you something in return and you get it. So exactly that is what I'm trying to explain. Not everyone is your friend. You can know a lot of people, but that doesn't mean you have a lot of friends. I myself say that I know a lot of people, I don't have a lot of friends. Because I know the difference between a colleague, a classmate and a friend. The fourth paragraph will be focusing on effectiveness as it starts from effectiveness. Now let's understand what is effectiveness and efficiency first, before we get confused. Us being management students, I'm sure that we all know that management is a process of being effective and efficient. But we need to still differentiate it before diving into this, because we get confused which is which. I myself get confused. Effectiveness means achieving goals in a specified context or a specific period of time. Efficiency, on the other hand, means quickly or directly finishing some work as it was specified for us to do. So fourth paragraph, we try to explain. It's not just achieving desired outcomes, but also considering its costs, alternatives, and the situation. Before making any decision, before talking about anything, we need to think what impact it is going to put on someone else. What are the options the person has, rather than listening to me. Right now you would prefer, rather than listening to me, you would prefer listening to Divakar sir about this paper, because he's much more educated and much more professional about this topic, right? So you have alternatives, but you are still deciding to listen to me right now, because I've been allotted this topic. So you have alternatives.
Surprisingly, Rupani, I find that the videos where you people teach, more people watch on YouTube. It's interesting. And even today in the other class, I was teaching, the class was noisy. Here, you're teaching the class attentive. Sometimes I feel students as teachers are more effective than teachers themselves.